Welcome to Family Gamer TV. I'm with Eric Hirshberg, CEO of Activision Publishing, and we've just been hearing about Skylanders Swap Force. So do you want to give us some really quick headlines of what the game is this year?
The game we announced today is called Skylanders Swap Force, and one of the things we believe is that the Skylanders, franchise is built on magic. It's built on delivering little bits of magic and magic moments to kids, and that's what we did when we pretty much invented the bringing toys to life category, and it's our job now to do it every time out. And I think we've maybe made our biggest step change yet since the beginning of the franchise with Skylanders Swap Force. The toys are characters who are split in the middle. You can break them into two pieces, top half and bottom half, and you can swap the halves with one another. So it creates, with 16 Swap Force characters, it creates 256 possible different character combinations.
That's a lot of figures.
You buy two of them and you really have four of them. Yeah. And exponentially it grows from there. But then you put it on the portal, and the game recognizes everything. It combines the look, it combines the name, of course, most importantly, the powers. Yeah. So the swaps become another, kind of a y-axis of strategy. There's already which character and which element in the past games. There was giant or not giant, and now there's, combinations even within the character itself.
And so, as I understand it, to make this possible, there's a new portal that's required this year.
As you know, last year with Giants, we had we used the same portal technology, and so we gave people the option to buy the starter pack with the portal if they didn't have the first game, or without the portal. And anytime we can do that, we will. In this case, the technology, in order to deliver the idea of the game, necessitated a portal with slightly different mechanics inside in order to read all of those combinations. So now it's got different capabilities, A and B. Because we knew we were asking potentially people, if they've bought a game before, to buy a new portal, we also redesigned it. It's got a cool, sleek new look. It's got these kind of tunnels that emit light, not just from the top but from the bottom as well, and kind of makes your tabletop glow. And so we wanted to create as much value as possible, and hopefully we've made it worth people's while.
And so, with Skylanders, obviously there's a lot of effort that's going into this game, and it's Vicarious Vision's a new developer.
Yes.
So it seems like you're moving to sort of a two-tiered, maybe like Treyarch and Infinity Ward approach. Is that fair to say?
We'll see. We'll see. If it plays out that way, in the future. But remember that Vicarious Visions has been a part of the franchise from the beginning. Very first Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure, they had the 3DS title. They've done several of the mobile titles. They've done very highly rated games within the Skylanders franchise. And while they're somewhat new to being the lead developer on the console game for this franchise, they're not new to Activision. They've been one of our stalwart developers, and they've done some wonderful games in the past. So, but honestly, it's the quality of the idea that ruled the day here. It was really about when we saw this kind of Swap Force idea that everyone said, that's the one.
And was that an idea that came from Vicarious Visions,
yes,
or is that?
Yes, it was. Yeah. So, obviously, when we realized we had what looked like a hit on our hands, we looked at a lot of ideas, and this one rose to the top and kind of captured everybody's imagination. And like I said, I think that we have both the blessing and the burden of needing to deliver a breakthrough idea every time, and that's as a creative person by background, that's exactly where I want us to be.
So that's the challenge, I guess, perpetuating that. Do you think there's a lifespan of Skylanders, or do you think it's something that you can just keep on?
Look, I think there's a lot of examples in games and in other forms of popular culture of characters and mythologies that really do stand the test of time. Look at Mario. Look at there are so many examples. Whether it's Batman or and I think in every case the ones that remain relevant are the ones that find a way to keep themselves fresh. Find a way to not stagnate, find a way to continue to innovate, and yet stay true to the thing that people fell in love with in the first place. So I think Swap Force is our best example yet of doing just that for Skylanders.
And perhaps a mark of that is that you're attracting new competition, obviously with Disney's Infinity game. Now, an element of that which just seems different to Skylanders is the blind pack that sells those the plastic discs. Is that something you've looked at for Skylanders, or is there anything to say about that?
Not at all. No, I think we knew it was such a breakthrough that it was only a matter of time, until competition entered the space. We not only invented a new, franchise, but a new category, both for games and for toys. So, of course, it was something that we knew other companies would consider following us into. But I've been consistent on this, whether I get asked this question about Skylanders, obviously, or other, games we have where we have, other tough competitors. There's always tough competition. You don't win the race by focusing on the competition. You win the race by making the best games you can, by innovating, by providing tremendous value and creativity. And, that's what we're focused on. And I think we've done it with Swap Force.
Just finishing off, other than the Swap Force characters, you have some Series 3 Skylanders returning, and some light core, and 16 new Skylanders. There's still quite a lot of new figures. Yes. I think the ones that I've been asked about most in terms of the tension is these Series 2, Series 3 figures. Yes. Do you think that's justified in re-releasing another reposed iteration?
First of all, they're dramatically reposed. They're kids love when they fall in love with the character. I mean, look, I grew up on Star Wars. I had Luke Skywalker in the white, outfit. I had Luke Skywalker in the black outfit. I'm with this, lightsaber, that lightsaber.
The Hoth gear.
Yes, of course. And you want each different, iteration because you love the story and you love the character and it fires your imagination. So, yeah, is it justified? Absolutely. And then the fact that not only is it a new toy, but that toy comes with a new level up and new, powers and, different capabilities. That's a lot of value for, like I said, I've bought Luke Skywalker toys where the only difference was one time he's wearing white clothes, the next time he's wearing, black clothes. And the other thing is that, I've been very pleased to see that with Giants, the Giant characters they're bigger, they're stronger, they've got that sort of, presence about them. The new core characters, Jetvac and Sprocket and, that we've released as part of Giants have done great. So, the core Skylanders is the heart of the franchise. There are these kind of, guest stars, if you will, with the Giants and this time the Swap Force who come in and provide new energy and new creativity and new ways to play. But at the end of the day, those core characters, that's what this franchise is about.
It feels like you have got a hands-on role with Skylanders, perhaps more so than other games that you look after with Activision. Is that true? And is there a personal element to that? Because I know you have young kids. Well,
certainly the fact that I have two kids right in the age group that Skylanders most appeals to is gives me a very personal connection to the game because it's like. They think their dad is, Willy Wonka. It's really cool to be able to bond with them over this stuff. But am I more hands-on with this than other games? No. I mean, as a person who is creative by background, I think much to the annoyance of our developers sometimes, I like to, get involved in the creativity, of our business, and that means sometimes about the games themselves, sometimes about the marketing. But that's just something that drives me. Is the passion I have for this business and for ideas and creativity in general. So look, I'm lucky in that we have at Activision the best developers in the world, and I think they've shown that with the games and the results that they've been able to generate, out in the marketplace. And we have the best team in the world at marketing these things and at coming up with these ideas. So it's like a playground for me to be able to interact not only with the ideas but with these people who are so brilliant at what they do, and come up with ideas like this. So it's a dream.
Well, thanks for your time. Okay. Can't wait to play the game, get my hands on the figures. Say a little while yet. Yeah. But thanks a lot. Cheers. That's all we've got time for this week on Family Gamer TV, but we'll be back with more soon.